Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Devi and you are watching Just Devi Marie. So today, as promised, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my realistic wellness slash fitness slash health journey. So if you guys want to hear a little bit about that, stay tuned. Alright you guys, so before we get into the video, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel. Remember to like this video and like the other videos if you have been enjoying them. Also remember to check out the previous video on my channel and the other videos on my channel also, and my other channel Yardmans. Now if you are watching today, I want you to leave a scale. I don't know if there's an emoji for a scale, but if there is, leave a scale in the comments to let me know that you are watching. Alright you guys, so I promised you in my last video about what 2020 was really like for me, just talking to you guys about my experiences, what I'm grateful for and what I wanted to leave behind in 2020. I did mention that I wanted to do a video dedicated to my health and fitness journey for 2020. Now I know we're in 2021, but I just wanted to also talk about and kind of review and reflect on my fitness journey, so that specific aspect of 2020 for me. And the reason why I really wanted to share this is because it may be really different from what you see a lot of people posting about in terms of when it comes down to weight loss or health and fitness journeys. My journey to me is definitely a lot different than what I see being put out there, and when I get into the story you guys will know why. So I want to just start by giving you guys some background. If you guys would have watched my insecurity video, you would have known that for a long time I would have struggled with weight. I have been at a point where I have been a lot bigger than the people around me, meaning from childhood, and I would have gotten to a point where I've lost a lot of weight. I've gotten to a point where I've gained back all of the weight and even more weight that I would have lost. So I've been like in a cycle of gaining weight and losing weight. For 2020, one of the things that I wrote down in 2019 as something that I wanted to achieve is that I wanted to be able to work out every week off for the entire year. I wanted to be able to incorporate fitness as a part of my lifestyle, and I would say that I would have gone through a lot of different things, a lot of changes throughout 2020, because I was able to actually achieve that, where I was able to just be active, whether it was 1 time, 2 times, 7 days out of the week, it didn't matter. I was able to be active for an entire year, which is a huge accomplishment for me, because over the years, I probably would have been on like a fitness journey for maybe 3 months, 2 months, and then I would have just stopped and gone back to what I was doing. But I wanted to really be disciplined, and I was very intentional about this time, and I'm gonna just be sharing with you a little bit about it realistically. At the end of it, I'm gonna tell you like the results or what I really found or learned throughout that whole journey. So yeah, if I can find some pictures of what I look like and stuff, I will try to insert them, but I haven't really taken pictures like before and after, which is something that I really want to work on for 2021, because I do believe that having before and after pictures definitely helps you to see how far you've come, even if like maybe the scale or other things don't necessarily reflect that. I feel like pictures are a good way to measure your progress if you're on like a weight loss journey. So my journey is not just about weight loss, it was just about really being active, and as I said, that was something that I really wanted to make a lifestyle thing. And so therefore, I started on January 2nd, 2020. I started, and I said that I didn't want to fling myself into something, meaning doing something super intense, because I would not have worked out intensely in a long time. And so I just wanted to start small, because I didn't want to overexert myself or overextend myself and then feel like I can't do this is too much for me. So I wanted to kind of get into it gradually. So in January I actually started doing walking videos. I will put the link below to the name of the channel that I used to do walking videos to. So basically what it was, it's almost like fitness walking is what I think they call it. So I used the channel, I think her name is Leslie Sandstone, but I'll put it in the description so you guys can check out her channel. Basically she had videos of walking. You had different times. You could do a video for 10 minutes, you could do a video for 15 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes. She has a lot of different videos that you can do, and basically what it was really just walking. And in walking, you'd be walking to the beat of the music. You would also be doing different things with other parts of your body. So it was fun. It was, yes, you would work up a real sweat, a really good sweat too, but it wasn't to a point where you were overexerting yourself. It wasn't, for me at least, something where I feel like I couldn't bother to do or whatever, because it was just 15 minutes. So I started out doing it. The first time I did it, I did a 15-minute video and I did a half-an-hour video. So that's what I started out in the beginning of the year doing. So yeah, it wasn't just walking alone. Like, you would have different things. You'd have to lift your legs, you'd have to raise your hands. So it was almost like she was trying to incorporate all the other muscles, you know. So it was kind of like a full body workout, even though you were really, the base of it, or the basis of it, was really just walking. So I did start out with that, and that was good for a while. You know, I was able to keep up with that, and yeah, I felt really good about doing it. At that time, I would have been still going into office. If you don't know, because of the pandemic, I do work from home most of the time, and so during that time, I was still doing my walk. You know, I'd come home in the evenings and do them, and yeah, that worked for me for a good time. So my husband is actually a big fitness person, I would say. To me, he's a big fitness person. He's not like a personal trainer or anything, but he loves to lift weights, he loves to jog and stuff like that. So he's very big into those things, and I would say he's a lot more versed than I am when it comes on to like training, weightlifting, and those kind of things. So after doing walk for that's what I call it, walk, because the ladies literally always saying walk. So after doing that for a couple of months, I decided, well, he was saying to me, you know, yes, you know, I see where, you know, you may be making progress and stuff like that, but mind you guys, at that point I did not have a scale, so I wasn't really tracking my weight, if that makes sense. So it was just about me just being active and just incorporating activity, physical activity, into my lifestyle. Because yes, I did want to lose weight. Honestly, I really did. I didn't want to lose a lot of weight, and when I say a lot of weight, it's not like I wanted to lose 30 pounds, 50 pounds, you know. I wanted to lose, you know, 20 pounds or so. That was really what I was aiming to lose. But also I just wanted to kind of feel good within myself. I wanted to feel good within my clothes and stuff like that, because at that point when I started in January, I was starting to feel uncomfortable in my clothes. People were starting to say things to me that made me feel very uncomfortable too. Not that people saying things to you should be a reason for you to start a weight loss journey, but it did trigger me into starting one, or starting to be more active, because yeah, people are just really mean, and maybe sometimes I don't really come across being mean, but I think they sometimes can be very insensitive. So yeah, that was bothering me too. But don't make people draw you out them way there. Just know that you're doing what you're doing for you. So yeah, so I did do the walk for a period, and then, you know, my husband was like, you know, I feel like you need to incorporate some weightlifting into your routine, and I was just kind of like, but I don't really want to do that and whatever. And I guess at the time I was probably getting very comfortable with doing the walk scenario, right? So he actually started giving me different things to do, and that would probably have been around Marchish, when, you know, COVID came to Jamaica, and, you know, everybody was just kind of in a tizzy, and, you know, we're forced to work from home and stuff like that. So I did start doing some weightlifting. Sometimes I would work out 7 days for the week. Sometimes I would work out 5. It all depended on how I felt, and I was okay with that. My goal was just to be active at least 1 day out of the week. So I think throughout the year, it was only one time. There was only 1 week that I worked out only one time. But for most of the time, I was working out between 4 to 5 days for the week, and I was okay with that, because it's not like I was spending hours and hours working out. I was just doing something so that I could be active. I could work up a sweat, I could feel good, because trust me, after I do my workouts and I did my workouts, I always felt really good about myself. Like I always, you don't know, I guess it's endorphins they call it, that put you in a really good mood. So yeah, I was doing the weightlifting and stuff like that. So in the middle of the year, when it was my birthday, I'm born in June. So in the middle of the year, I told my husband that for my birthday I wanted a digital scale. The reason why I wanted a digital scale is because the regular bathroom scales that they have, I feel like they're not super 100% accurate. And my husband had been telling me, you know, that there are scales that can actually tie into like your like an app on your phone, and you can, you know, it will be better able for you to track your progress. So I was really excited when I actually did get that scale for my birthday. And at that point, people, trust me, I had a wonderful birthday also, and I was eating up a storm. And through the first 6 months, I guess, of the year, I was not really considering what I ate. So I was eating normally, but also being at home, I was eating more frequently. I was snacking a lot, and snacking is something that I realized is a big thing for me, because I'm the type of person that will not have a problem snacking all day and not really eating a full meal, like how you eat your chicken and your rice and your this, whatever. Like I could snack the entire day and not feel like I need to eat like a full, like balanced meal, and that's the kind of habit that I was getting into. But I was like, you know, I'm working out anyway, so I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. Remember guys, I didn't start weighing myself until like the middle of the year, say July, when I got the scale for my birthday was when I actually started weighing myself. And that, people, that lit me like a ton of bricks, because when I saw the number on the scale, and I know that it's not good to be obsessed with the number on the scale, but when I realized the number on the scale, and I knew what I would have been maybe at the end of December or whatever, like I had a certain weight in my head that I figured I was. And when I went on the scale and saw that I was maybe 15 or 10 pounds heavier than what I thought I was like, no. So I believe that I was my heaviest in life in about July. And I was like, no, like I definitely have to do something about my eating. So I continued to work out. Yes, I continued doing my little weights. And when I did weights, what I would do is I would skip for just to warm up. That's kind of what I would do, skip to warm up. And then I would do different things, like whether it be leg day, arm day. I carry a lot of weight in my arms, and so I knew that was something that I would want to incorporate into my workout. And my husband did say, you know, if I want to get down my arms, I need to incorporate some type of weight. So I would have days when I do weights, I would have days when I would do abs, right? So my thing wasn't necessarily to just focus on one thing necessarily, it was just really just to be active, right? So I would do like squats, lunges, hip thrusts, bridges, those kind of things is what I would do on like lower body days. And still, you know, stretch of course and all of that, and still do my skipping at the beginning to kind of warm up. And then on arm days, I would do like, we have resistance bands, so I would use those to do various exercises. I would do curls, I would do different things. I don't really know all the names of the exercises per se, but nothing like too drastic, but still something that would definitely get me sweating. And so that's what I was doing. So what I started to do in taking charge of the eating aspect is, I'm already not a breakfast person. Like I don't really feel for food like that in the mornings, and so I've just always for a long time not eaten breakfast in the morning. So I decided to use that to my advantage, right? And I realized too that when I was snacking, if I would start snacking early in the morning, meaning 10 a.m. or so, if I would start having a snack at that time, it's almost like my appetite would be so open and I would feel like I would need to keep snacking, right? Which is what I wanted to cut down on, because those snacks are small and whatever, they have a lot of calories in them. So you'll be eating a lot of calories, but you don't feel full because, you know, it's not nothing really nutritious, if that makes sense. So I wasn't feeling full, so therefore I was feeling that I need to eat more and more. So anyway, I started to intermittent fast. So what that really means is like you have an extended period where you don't eat and you only eat within a certain amount of hours. You guys can Google what intermittent fasting is if you don't know what it is, and if that definition I gave you never really makes sense to you. But basically, you are fasting more than you are eating. So usually might stop eating maybe 9 or 8. It depends. Every day it depends. I usually don't eat like late in the night, but I would usually try to have my last meal before 9, and then I would eat after 12, maybe 1. It depends. Sometimes it depends on my workload. Sometimes I don't get a chance to eat until a little bit later or what have you. So that's what I was doing. I wasn't really eating anything differently. So I stopped snacking. I cut out snacking. So I stopped buying the stuff, stopped buying the snacks, and I started eating wholesome meals. So we would cook, and basically I'd have my heavy meal for lunch. So if it is that we cook chicken and rice and peas on Sunday, on Monday at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m, whatever time I break my fast, I would eat my heaviest meal, which would be what I just mentioned. And then in the evening now, like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, when I having the little munchies, I would eat like some fruits. I would make like a shake that included peanut butter oats, soy milk or almond milk, and yeah, that was basically banana. And I would have that and I would feel satisfied. And so that's what I was doing, and that is when I really started to realize that, wow, I'm losing weight. So I started to weigh myself every week on a Sunday, and I realized that I was losing weight, and I felt so good about myself. I felt so happy, and I felt like, you know, this was something that I wanted to continue. Alright, you guys, so I wanted to kind of wrap up by talking about my results and also what I learned over being on a fitness journey as somebody who was not active, not big into fitness and wellness and all of those things. So firstly, I wanted to let you guys know that I did lose 17.4 pounds throughout the year, which I'm very, very proud of. I'm very happy for myself, and I feel very good about it, and I feel much better in my clothes, and I feel like, you know, me at the eats, like I feel like I look good, I'm stay good, I'm body nice, you know what I mean? I know that my legs have become a lot more toned too, especially when I started to incorporate weights and weightlifting. And so I feel very good about that. I remember that at the beginning of the year I wasn't weighing myself because I didn't have a scale, so I don't know what was happening before then, but when I did get a scale in the middle of the year, I was able to track my weight. And if you guys want a link to that scale too, I'm gonna leave it in the description. I learned that I don't need to pressure myself when it comes on to health and wellness and fitness. I honestly need to do what works for me. I don't need to watch nobody else. When I started to take the pressure off of myself, I felt a lot better. I didn't feel like I needed to knock myself every time I didn't work out. It just seemed like a smoother flowing system or journey when I took all of that pressure, like you have to work out 5 days or else whatever, or you have to work out for at least an hour for anything to become effective. And when I started taking those things off of myself, it became a lot easier for me to kind of understand and really hone in on the process. If you want to make your weight loss or fitness or health journey lasting, I would recommend not rushing it. I know a lot of people on YouTube always say, oh, I lost 50 pounds in 2 months, and I lost 30 pounds in 2 weeks. But sometimes that can do more harm than good, because yes, you may have lost the weight drastically, but is it something that you can sustain? Can you sustain yourself as soon as you take yourself off of these restrictive things? Is it something that you see that you can do for the rest of your life? You know what I mean? And that's what I was going for. I'm not gonna knock nobody way do the fat diets or we do quick fixes or stuff like that. I'm not gonna, but I realized for myself, if I didn't incorporate something that I could see myself doing forever, I would continuously fall off the bandwagon, start to binge, start snacking again and whatever. I don't need to feel like I'm on anybody else's timeline but my own. So don't feel like you have to rush the process. Also, everything in moderation. I really did not, the only thing in terms of my eating that I would say that I really changed up was the snacking. So the whole heap of salty food and the whole heap of sweet. Not to say that I never had ice cream, never had cake, or never had chocolate or anything like that, but everything in moderation. So it wasn't like I was eating it every week or anything like that. I'm somebody who loves water, so I do drink a lot of water, and I feel like that definitely assisted me in the whole process, in the whole journey. So drink lots of water and everything in moderation. Don't feel like you can't go out with your friends, like because you're on this type of journey, like it must deter you from going to social gatherings, to spending time with your family, or whatever the case is. It shouldn't. Because my thing is, if you want to go out with your friends, eat or plan. Know that, well, okay, I'm going to be eating out today, so if it is that you want to be like in a calorie deficit or what have you, or you want to make sure that you're not overeating, just know that, well, if I'm going out later and I know that I'm going to be eating more in this particular sitting, then you know, you kind of moderate what you're doing for the earlier part of the day. So don't feel like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I can't eat this, I can't. No, I really did not do that, and I learned that I could still lose weight without doing that. I could still enjoy foods that I liked, but in moderation. Also, get or find exercises that you like. So in the latter part of the journey, I did realize that I actually liked skipping, like actually jumping rope. So I really started to incorporate that a lot, and because I found an exercise that I really like, and by the way, skipping really is like a full body workout. Like your hands burn, your feet burn, your outer breath is sweaty, like you really feel the burn when you do skip. And so because I found something that I really like to do, it was almost like it wasn't such a drag. It wasn't such a drag for me to do it. So even on a morning where maybe I felt like, oh, you know, oh, why do I have to get up and work out? I don't want to do it. Because I knew that I was skipping, I kind of just knocked myself out there. Because once I started to skip, I just got in the rhythm, I got in the mood, and you know, everything just flow from there. So find exercises that you like, because it will help you a lot, especially if you're somebody like me who does not necessarily like exercising. Also, what I didn't do was focus too much on the number on the scale and how much pounds I was losing, because I knew that, you know, this is something that I'm going to be continuously doing for the rest of my life. So it wasn't like I felt like, oh, you know, I have to reach this number by X time. Getting a digital scale was probably one of the most beneficial things for me, because I could actually see. But I know that that's not everybody's experience with scales. Some people, scales give them anxiety, or some people weigh themselves like every single day of life, or twice a day, 3 times a day, and I know that can sometimes mess with your mental. But do what works for you. Do what works for you. And you know, at the beginning of 2021, I feel like I'm just gonna continue this. There's nothing in my mind that would have made me feel like, oh, I can't take a break, whatever. Even in Christmas, guys, when Christmas was going on, I was still working out. Yes, I did eat, and yes, there were times when I went on vacation and I gained weight and I gained water weight and stuff like that. But by the time I got back into my routine, and if you haven't seen that video where I talk about how I recover from overeating, especially during the holidays, you guys can check it out. I'll put it in the description. Yeah, I just went back on my routine, did what I did, drank a lot of water to kind of get rid of the water weight and the bloat, and I was back down to whatever weight I would have been before I went on vacation, or you know, ate over the holidays. So I'm not gonna stress about it, because I know that once I put my mind to it, and once I get back into my routine, because I feel like I've built a very good routine right now. Once I get back into it, like, I'll drop weight. Yes, there will be fundamental changes that you will need to adjust in terms of your eating and in terms of your exercise. Yes, for you to actually see results and keep maintaining or keep losing whatever it is that you set out to do on your health journey. But I feel like whatever you're doing, it should be realistic based on where you are at in life and what is happening in your life, or else it's gonna be very easy for you to fall off of it. So that was my realistic fitness journey. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to check out the other videos that I have on my channel. Remember to subscribe. If you have watched this far, just like the video. Like the video if you haven't. Remember to leave me a scale down in the comments to let me know that you're watching. Check out my other channel, Yardments. We have a couple new videos over there. Yardments is a channel that I have with my husband, and we basically go around Jamaica, explore food, explore hotels, do different things. So you can check that out. I'll leave a link to our channel and the latest video on the channel in the description box. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Excited for 2021. Hope you are too. Remember to subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.